The Anambra state government has flagged off the 2023-2024 joint orientation ceremony for JSS1, SS1 and transfer students of public mission secondary schools in the state. The ceremony held at Anglican Girls Secondary School, Ogidi, is a joint program of the Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, and Anambra State Universal Basic Education Board, ASBEB, OKA, which had in attendance education officers from various zones, students and parents. Education correspondent Queen Anambra completes the story.
Declaring the program opened, the chairman, PPSSC, Professor Nkechi Ikedugu, said orientation ceremony is designed to enable fresh and transferred students in secondary schools get acquainted and adjust to the challenges of school life, change their ways of thinking towards schooling, and how to respond or adjust to what is obtained in various school environments. She explained that PPSSC and ASUBEB, as statutory bodies in charge of management and servicing of all state-owned schools, are out to create conducive atmosphere for students to excel and distinguish themselves academically, socially, and morally. Hence, the reason the orientation program was organized. The education boss appreciated Governor Chukwuma Soludo and the Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumude, for continuous priority attention given to education in Anambra State.
We have supervision units. We go from school to school. We interview students to make sure that nobody is extorting money from them. The governor said free education. And once he says free, it is free. You can't be saying free and be collecting money from a child. And if the principal knows that if we catch you, you lose your job.
Also speaking, the chairman, ASUBEB, Dr. Vera Mwadinobi, said the theme of the ceremony, all-round education for sustainable livelihood, is timely and in tandem with Governor Soludo's Human Capital Development Manifesto, and as well thanked God and the organizers for making the event a huge success.
There's no way you will build human capital development without sound, free, accessible, and quality education. So we thank Mr. Governor for leading the way for us to do what to follow.
In their separate remarks, the principal of the school, Mrs. Josephine Okika, and the chaplain, Reverend Christian Obiora, noted that a student can only enjoy sustainable livelihood when he or she is exposed to all-round education. That means academically, morally, physically, emotionally, and character-wise is balanced.
A student can only enjoy sustainable livelihood when he or she is exposed to all-round education. This will enable her or him to enjoy sustainable livelihood.
The resource persons, Mrs. Nneka Obionwu, presented a paper on formation of good reading culture among students. Mrs. Florence Edokwe presented a paper on adjustment to a new school environment, while the paper on all-round education for sustainable livelihood was handled by Mrs. Eukaria Ilika. Some of the education officers that attended were the Director Accounts, PPSSC, Dr. Gloria Elechi, Public Relations Officer, PPSSC, Oka, Mrs. Ann Okafo, Public Relations Officer, PPSSC, Ogidi Zone, Mrs. Esther Afocha, Mrs. Ifoma Enekwechi, among many others. Administration of oath on the new students, welcome song and cultural dance featured during the event. Queen Anambra reporting for ABS News.